Hi guys, welcome to another pick a card. My name is Johanna. Welcome to Tenacious Soul. We are going to see what's going on for July 2022. So these are going to be general messages. We're going to see what's coming up in the three aspects of life. So money, career, projects, school is one category. We're also going to look at love and relationships. And then the third category is going to kind of be like spiritual guidance, advice, that sort of thing. I will also just pull some like general energy for the month for you as well. So we have three piles today. We have pile number 1 here with this card. It has this image. It says something on the back, but I'll have you pick the images, the one that is calling to you the most. We have pile number 2 here. And then we have pile number 3. So take your time to intuitively discern or choose which pile you feel the most drawn to. If you feel to a couple, you may find that like maybe the love portion of one is resonating, and then like the career portion of another one is resonating. So you can kind of take what resonates, obviously, and just kind of see how it fits in your life. But yeah, if you need to pause the video, feel free. Timestamps will be down below. And whenever you're ready, I will see you all in your reading. Hi, pile number 1, welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this green colored card. This is going to be your reading for July. So we're going to get into some general energy first. This is actually going to be your overall kind of message at the end. So we're going to put that off to the side. And I'm going to grab the oracles here that I pulled for the general energies, and then we'll get into the 3 areas of life. So we have the thread. So this card talks about like chaos and confusion, but when you have this red thread, you have this path forward. There's a sense of clarity. It's like holding on to something that's like helping you get through challenging times. I feel like for some of you, group 1, maybe you've been you're coming into this month feeling a little bit confused, but there might be something that like is the red thread for you that is helping you kind of get through some sort of situation. Or maybe it's like if you have a certain goal, it's like keeping your eye on the prize is helping you get through the confusion. So it feels like there could be kind of like, I don't want to say chaos, but there could be this feeling of like lack of clarity, kind of not knowing which way to take something that could be influencing just your life. But I feel like there's something specific with this red thread. It's like you're holding on to it, and when you hold on to it, there's this sense of like it's kind of clearing the way for you, or it's allowing you to focus on it, which is allowing you to step away from like the illusion, the lack of clarity, or even just the chaos that could be around you. Okay. So we have the covenant, which is sacred contract. We have cleanse. And then we have meditation. And we have liberation. So both of these are kind of like sacral chakra with the yellow there. Yeah, it's like you're trying to free yourself from something, cleanse your energy, especially with liberation and cleanse. Some of you may need to maybe meditate more, or meditation may be useful for you in the month of July. It feels like there's something specific that you're trying to connect with, or that you're wanting. It's like it has your focus, and it's almost like having to cleanse your energy of other things. Like other things could be kind of getting in the way, or other things could be maybe influencing you in a certain degree, where you're trying to free yourself from any energy that's trying to pull you down. Okay, so that you can stay on a certain path is what it feels like. So, and even with this guy here, he's like sitting and meditating, but there's this path behind him. Some of you as well, this is like with this solar plexus energy, it's kind of giving like this vibe of like trying to maintain a sense of strength, personal strength, in order to like achieve something or hit some sort of goal or something like that. And it's like needing to cleanse yourself of any negative people or situations that are maybe like holding you down or holding you back or just muddying the waters. It's like you're having to clear out energy or clear out people, so that this is not something that is so that you can stay on the right path. It almost feels like too, like some of you could have distractions this month, or there's things that may come up this month that are could be negatively influencing you in some degree that are actually, it's like, it could even be it's affecting your thoughts and your mind and your clarity from a mental space, and therefore it's just like affecting the action that you take or the work that you're doing in some regard. So let's kind of see how this plays out into the 3 categories. I'm going to look at career, projects, money, that sort of thing first. So I have an oracle, and then I've got 3 tarot cards here. So we have the 2nd house, which is a great card for money and career. It's Taurus energy. So it's really about your value. Some of you could also be focused on like what it is that you own. Okay, things that you need. You also could be looking at building something, like taking the steps to build, focusing on your resources and your beliefs. Okay, so it's like, it's kind of a slower energy, but it's like trying to build something so that it builds a sense of stability. So it's more about the long-term gain versus the short-term gain. We have the 7 of Wands with that. We have the 6 of Wands. And we have the Death card. So yeah, some of you could be, I feel like some of you could be, maybe for some of you, you're going through a bit of a transition. You're trying to maintain a level of success. With the 6 of Wands talks about victory and success. 7 of Wands is about like holding on to that victory and success, like trying to maintain that title. 7 of Wands is like, if you win a competition, it's like the next year you want to win that competition again to maintain that level of your success that you've had already, and having to fight off the competition. So I feel like there's something that's working out for you with the 6 of Wands, but I do feel like there is this transformation, this transition period. It feels like your finances could improve if you've been going maybe through a challenging time, or if some of you have like left a job and started a new job. It's like things are going to improve for you in that regard, where again, I feel like it's maybe for some of you taking some time, you're having to put in the steps. And I also feel like with the 7 of Wands, it's like you don't want to be distracted. Again, I feel like there's people around you, maybe you're signing a new contract this month, but there's things around you that maybe are distracting you, and you're trying to create some sort of change here. What's interesting is this Death card is Scorpio energy, which is the opposite sign of Taurus. So this could have to do with like shared resources, like the 8th house. And interesting as well, because this is like North Node and South Node right now in the astrology. We're in a North Node of Taurus and a South Node of Scorpio. So again, it's like, I feel like you're doing the right thing by, from an astrological standpoint, you're doing the right thing by building something slowly and putting in effort daily to achieve a level of success, being very committed, and not falling into kind of more Scorpio energy, which can talk about like, Scorpio energy can be a little bit of like investments and like that sort of thing. There could be a transition with regards to that, because money is an interesting topic right now in the world. But I do feel like you're coming out on top. There's a sense of you doing the right things and being very practical in order to maintain a level of success that I feel like maybe you've already achieved for yourself, or you're currently achieving, and it's like you're continuing on that right path. There may be something, again though, like you're having to let go of, or something that you could be taking yourself out of financially as well. Like this could be like maybe you're, I don't know, taking out some stock or something like that. Like it feels like something that maybe you're letting go or taking things away, but it's of benefit to you. It's not something that would be detrimental to you, I don't feel. It's like the right thing to do is kind of what it feels like with that 6 of Wands. I feel like you might take some time to think about this, but again, it's like you're freeing yourself, you're liberating yourself from something here. But it is bringing a level of success and a victory here. Six of Wands is a victory. So it's the right transition. It makes sense for you. It's practical. You believe in what you're doing. And it's like you're very confident in what you're doing from a financial perspective. And even from a job perspective, it's like, it's also, you feel like you're doing the right thing. Now the other message, sorry, I was just like getting a message. So the other message that's coming through is that if you're in a situation that is, things are going to take time to grow. So don't be in the mindset, or don't have this thought, and this is like North Node, South Node kind of energy too. Don't be in this thought of like just having quick success. Like this is something that you're going to have to fight for. And by fight for it, I just mean like you're going to have to put in the daily practical steps, Taurus energy. It's not something that's just going to be a quick success or a get rich quick type of situation. So I do feel like there's going to be work with the Seven of Wands that you're going to have to put in order to be successful. It's not going to come without effort. Okay. But if it feels like the right thing to step towards, or it's like something that, like it feels like you're on the right track, it just, the message I'm getting is like it's something that you're going to have to put daily energy into, or consistent energy into, in order for it to work. It's not just going to happen overnight, and it's not just going to come out of nowhere. So that's pretty much what I have for that. Some of you could also be finishing something that feels successful, like from a project perspective. You could be, maybe you spent a lot of time on something, it feels like you could be successfully finishing something, which is helping you kind of move forward, and you can let go of like this burden that you've been working on to successfully move into that, like transition into that new thing. Could be a new contract, like for example, like let's say you're graduating school, you could be getting a contract in that field of work. Okay, so for love, again, we have an oracle, and then we have some tarot. So for love, for you, pile 1 in July, we have the Magician and the Mirror, number 53. We have the Star, we have the Ace of Wands, and we have the Moon. So I feel like some of you definitely could be manifesting love. It does feel like some of you could definitely have a new person that you maybe come in contact with. There could be a new person that enters your life. Some of you don't know who this person is with the Moon card, so this may be someone who you currently are unaware of. It's kind of like a new spark, a new flame, but I also feel like there's a sense of you have hope that you're going to find what you're looking for. The Moon would also indicate there's deep emotion here, so I don't feel like, as much as there's definitely passion with this Ace of Wands, I don't feel like there's this feeling of no emotion. It could be an Aquarius or a Cancer or Pisces, or even Gemini, Virgo, or you could be any of those signs. But I do feel like there's kind of this new spark. It could be a new relationship that you step into as well. It feels like this group is really about new, or kind of like trying to bring in fresh energy, or trying to bring in good energy into their life. Like you're trying to do the right thing. You know what I mean? Trying to move forward. It feels like you've also, with this Magician and the Stars, like you've done a lot of healing work. You've really stepped into your power. And I do feel like, I feel like there's a strong manifestation because you're in alignment, okay, with what it is that you want. But for some of you with this Moon, it's like you might not see this. However, I do feel like you're kind of like tapping into your intuition and really harnessing your intuitive capabilities, your manifestation capabilities, in order to bring in the type of person and relationship that you're looking for. So I definitely feel like there could be a new person. I feel like you'll be very attracted to this person, and you might kind of keep your emotions to yourself, especially if it's a new person. Like this might be someone who you kind of hide or keep your emotions to yourself until you feel like the right time to express them towards this person. Some of you could also meet this person, I'm getting like at night, or while doing something at night, or like even in the community. Okay. So that'll be for some of you as well, where it's like you might meet this person in the evening time, or like when the stars and the moon are out, you know what I mean? You may also just like hang out with this person at night. Like you might meet up with this person if you like meet them online or something. You may meet up with this person at kind of in the later time of the day, or if you meet them somewhere or whatever, right? If you meet them at like an outing or something like that. I do feel like this is like a group though, like if this love situation resonates with you, you're looking for new love. This isn't really giving me any past energy, which some of you are like, thank God. But I do feel like this is a sense of like a spark or a sense of passion between you and another person. And then, like I said, some of you have yet to meet this person. If you're in like a newer connection, I feel like, or if you're already even just in a connection in general, even if it's not new, it just feels like there's a sense of, there's good passion here. There's like a spark between the two of you. Like I feel like you're really enjoying each other's time and each other's company. I feel like though there could be a little bit of not sure maybe what the future is of this connection, but you are hoping or manifesting that there is a future with this person, but it might not be fully clear yet between you and this individual. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much what I see for love. So, sorry. So then when it comes to your spiritual kind of like self, your spiritual self, your personal growth, development, that sort of thing. So we have the void. We have ego shattering, soul fragments, and emptying. Again, there's kind of this cleansing type of energy. The void is when the moon is not in any sign. It's just in nothing. And so the void is kind of that space where it feels like there's nothing going on, nothing's happening, nothing's changing. And it can feel very lonely sometimes, or empty feeling. And it can be pieces of our ego, kind of like breaking off. It does feel like you're purging or letting go of something this month, even if it's just on like an energetic level. Okay, you're liberating yourself, and I feel like you are stepping into your power to some degree. Okay, it's like by letting go of these things that are no longer serving you, it's allowing you to get more into alignment. And I feel like you're holding on to this like thread of fate that's like, it's guiding you in a certain direction, because you have this like future forward looking type of energy, like wanting to move and progress and grow. It's definitely a group that's trying to grow and change their life in a positive way. By obviously trying to do the right things for themselves, not trying to stay stuck in the same things over and over and over again. So we have the King of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. And we have the Knight of Cups. Interesting. 3 court cards. So group number 1, you could be letting go of people. Okay, this could be people in your life. I feel as though it's like you could be letting go of people. What's interesting and what I'm noticing is that the King of Wands and the Knight of Swords are facing one way, and this Knight of Cups is going the other way. So you may feel like, it almost like feels like you feel like you're going in a very different direction than maybe some people in your life, or maybe you've had some people in your life that you've grown to distance yourself from. It's been a very interesting couple of years. And so kind of what I'm getting off of this is like King of Wands and Knight of Swords, they're very masculine energies, right? Being their fire and air. The Knight of Swords is a very kind of aggressive, or can be an aggressive energy. It's very intense, right? It's very fast moving, which makes it intense, right? It's not so much it is air, so it can be very like cutting, very direct as well. And the King of Wands is also, the King of Wands is more tempered because it's a king versus a knight, but it can also be this very bold personality. And so I kind of feel like if there's people who are just kind of, you know, like the people that are bitter and always complaining, or just very like, it's interesting because I don't usually get this off the King of Wands, but I'm more so getting it off the Knight here, where it's like you're wanting to move in a place of love and compassion, and people who are moving towards their goals and their dreams and not going consistently into the past. It's like you're wanting people who are like you, that are wanting to progress and grow and change, versus people who are always going back to the past, or always trying to, you know, complain about something, or just kind of like more of a lower vibration. And I feel like with this void, it's almost saying that you're letting go of people or situations that you used to associate yourself with. And it's letting go of an old piece of you in a way, because you maybe, you know, you obviously used to be with these people or be with these situations, and at one point it was fitting in your life, right? But it's almost like now it's not, and it feels like there's like a purging that you're going through that is, you know, maybe challenging and hurtful and hard to go through, because you're like, okay, well, who's coming with me, right? And sometimes it's not so much about who's coming with me as much as it is who am I going to find, right? But it does feel like you're fragmenting old people or pieces of yourself that just aren't serving you anymore, in order to move in a more compassionate and loving direction. So that's kind of what I'm getting off of that message, which is very interesting, especially since you did get the like 3 court cards. It's I do feel like it's people. It could be situations, but usually in situations there are people, right? So in even an environment, there's a type of person or a person that you could be like letting go of. But yeah, I do feel like there's new contracts coming in this month. I feel like there's like this general purging type of energy in this group, while also holding on to that hope and that faith of what you want for your future. You're building your future, you're manifesting, and you're taking those day by day steps in order to have a level of success here for yourself. But I do feel like you're freeing yourself from things that aren't serving you at the same time. So let's get your advice card here. We have heart chakra, unfurling back to love. So kind of what I was saying with that Knight of Cups energy. And it says this chakra card represents love in its many forms. It reminds you that everything in life can unfold into love or fear. When unfurled back enough, the foundation of all you seek lies in the universal desire and right to feel love and be loved. Love heals. God is love. This is the force that will change the world. Have compassion, expand your awareness and heart-centered radiance for all beings on this planet. Encapsulate Earth in a loving compassion. Bask in the blissful feeling of this planet in all of its perfect balance, loving you back. So that is what I have for you, pile number 1. That was very fitting to finish that off. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful July. I did do individual sign readings for July as well, so you guys can check those out too. But I hope you guys have a wonderful month, a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. Hi, group number 2. Welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this card. This is going to be your reading for July 2022. So I'm actually going to read that card at the end. It's going to be your advice or final card that we come out with. I'm going to get some general messages here with these oracles, and then we'll pull cards for each of the categories that I talked about. So the first card, pile number 2, we have the offering. So this is an interesting card because it talks about giving. Or giving something up or sacrificing something. So this is like a card of you giving to someone, you giving to someone for the bigger picture or for the betterment of a situation. You could be maybe giving someone a gift. Okay. We'll see what the rest of the cards come up with, but it does talk about like sacrificing or giving. This could be anything. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. It could be like your time or your energy. Okay, there's something that you're offering or that you're giving. This could also be from a business perspective, like an offering that you have to give people that they can purchase or vice versa, right? So yeah, it feels like there's something you're giving this month. and we'll see kind of what the cards have. We have the root girl, the disowned self. Interesting to come up with that. We have the farther gate, bold step forward. So 55 and 46, both of these actually break down to a 10. We have ideation. And we have serenity. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting group here, pile number 2. I feel like you have an idea. You may have an offering or an idea, something you want to maybe step into here. But I feel like with this disowned self, it's like the caution here is to not overgive. Making sure that you're still looking after you and yourself. So whether this is relationships or in business or whatever the case may be, whatever you're giving, whether it's your time, your energy, your money, your resources, however you're helping or assisting people, it's about not giving away too much of your own self, and that there's still something to have for you. Because I feel like there's a sense of like peace almost with this serenity, like wanting to have a sense of peace or wanting to have peace within the self. But if you give too much of yourself, that will be challenging or hard to do. But it does feel like you have an idea that you need to maybe step into that. I mean, that could be a separate message, but there is like this idea that you have to step into something in your life, or that you want to get started, okay? But I do feel like don't forget yourself in the process is what this feels like. Because it's really easy to overgive. A lot of us do that, right? Especially empathic people. So it's like important to have boundaries here is kind of what I'm getting. So let's see how this comes up in the different categories of your life. So we're going to look at money, career, projects, school first. So I have an oracle and then 3 tarot cards here. So we have the 9th house, which is Sagittarian energy. So this is like the big picture. It can be spirituality, it can be school, it can be traveling. Like it can be education or philosophy or like learning or teaching. Okay, it can be, you can be on either end of that. It's sharing things, but it's like big picture thinking, traveling far, spirituality, like just this. It's not in a box. It's just like anything and everything you could imagine. Okay, so some of you could maybe be traveling for work, or you're trying to expand your knowledge or expand your view on something when it comes to your business. You could just be trying to expand in general, right? This is Jupiterian energy. So you could be looking to expand an area of your finances or your business or your projects, okay? It's like you want to go big. And I feel like if you have an offering, again, making sure that you're not overgiving. Keep it simple is also kind of what it feels like. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the World card, yeah. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So you definitely have something to offer the world, okay? There's something that you want to bring to the table. Again, the World can indicate like travel energy. Okay, so you definitely could be traveling this month for work or career or business or school or whatever you're doing. I do see slow and steady progress with this Knight of Pentacles, but it does feel like you're trying to make it into a bigger thing, like you're trying to expand. The World indicates success as well. It's the house of Saturn. So it's like in some ways you could feel restricted. And if you feel restricted, and again, if you're trying to make more money, the message I'm getting is like, don't overgive and think that that's going to give you more money, because it doesn't always, those two things don't always line up. So it's just making sure that there's proper reciprocation. Some of you could have a spiritual business with that Queen of Cups, okay, for those of you that resonates with. But I feel like there's something that you're sharing with the world. Now, this could be something online as well with the world card. Okay, so it can hit other people who, live in the world, right? It doesn't have to just be in the area that you're in. You also could be just online with regards to like selling product or something like that. Okay, you could have some sort of online business, or you just are maybe working online. Some of you could be working from home online with the Queen of Cups and the World card. But I feel like there'll be slow and steady progress, Knight of Pentacles. So this is not a bad card, the Knight of Pentacles. It's like a slow and steady increase, which sometimes is good, because sometimes if we increase too fast, it's like it goes away just as fast, right? So it's like there's a consistency. But I do feel like you're trying to expand something when it comes to your career. Knight of Pentacles could also be like you're learning something. You could be learning something online. Some of you could be in school for something therapeutic or healing as well. But generally, I see that there'll be success, but it's going to be slow and steady success. It's not just going to blow up as much as maybe you're wanting it to blow up. I feel like, especially with this Queen of Cups, it's like, especially if you're empathic, it's like making sure that you're not overgiving your time and your energy. Create those boundaries. With that Knight of Pentacles, that can kind of be like a boundary type card in my eyes sometimes, because it's like you don't rush into anything. You're not making any impulsive decisions, which is good. And it's interesting because like it looks like the moon here in this card is over her head. So I feel like you're trusting your intuition. I don't know if they meant it to be this way, but you're trusting your intuition when it comes to financial decisions about what to do next. It's like, again, you're not rushing anything. You could also be learning or teaching something financial, like to increase your finances as well. Okay. It's kind of like, in a way, you're kind of like testing the waters a little bit. But I do feel like with this Sagittarian energy, it's like you could be trying something, especially with this ideation. Like you could be trying something new, seeing how it goes. Is it successful? Is it not? Like there's kind of this like, I don't think it's costing you anything, but it's more of just, will it work or will it not work? So yeah, it's pretty much what I have for your career. I feel like if you do start something new, it's going to take some time to grow, though. It's not just going to happen overnight. You might have a really big idea for it, but it's like it's going to take time. It's not just going to blow up right away. So with regards to love and relationships, we have the woman holding a heart, which is the Queen of Cups for me in this deck. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Hermit. All right. I feel like you're kind of more self-focused, which is not a bad thing. I feel like you've got your heart on lockdown here. You're more focused on you and your own happiness. Even if you're in a relationship, I just feel like you could be really nurturing yourself this month, really focusing on you. Especially if there's like any sort of tension in a relationship here with this Seven of Wands. This is an interesting Seven of Wands because he actually looks like he's fighting a person. Normally there's only one person in the Seven of Wands. But with this one, it's almost like you're at odds with someone. So for some of you, there could be someone who's trying to get into your heart space. They want to connect with you. And you might be kind of blocking them out. Even if you're in a relationship, someone might be trying to get closer to you and you're not wanting them to do that. Or you're just not even maybe realizing that you're doing that, or maybe because you are taking some time for yourself, they think you're pushing them away. I don't really feel like that's 100% the case. If you're in a relationship, I don't really feel like you're pushing your person away, but they might feel that way. So just being cautious of that. But if you're single and like you're doing your thing, I feel like, there could definitely be people trying to come forward, but I almost feel like you're more focused on you, yourself, your own wish fulfillment, especially if you've maybe been with this disowned self, like especially if you've maybe been, you're needing some time and space for you. If you have kind of like taken a step away from like your, your self-care and just like looking after you or getting things done in your life, right? Just feeling on top of things. It feels like you could really be doing that and not really wanting to give your energy to other people because you might just not have the energy to give to other people. With the Hermit here, and then with this like, if I kind of connect it to the career and work side, you could also be very focused on whatever this is. With this Virgo energy, you could definitely be looking at perfecting something or working on something that is some sort of dream or wish fulfillment here. It just feels like you're not so fixated on love this month, truthfully, is kind of what I'm getting off of this. It feels like you're trying to take a step forward in a different area of your life. You're focused on your happiness, your peace, okay? And you're not so much focused on other people. It feels like you're very focused internally with the Hermit. You're more focused on your own actions versus other people's actions. Now, for some of you, if you've been in a challenging relationship situation, again, I just feel like you're taking a step back to like heal yourself and trying to not get caught up in the drama. You're not really looking for attention. It's like you don't even really need it. So even if there's a person in your life, it's like you're good on your own. You're not too worried about other people or these situations. I will just say that if you are in a relationship or you're dealing with someone, just making sure that they feel like, you're not blocking them out would be like the only thing that I see here being like a problem. And so it's just like having that clear communication with that person, okay? Or just like the people in your life, even if you're dating. It's like, it's not like I'm not interested in you. I just like, I need some time for myself. Some of you could also go on a solo trip this month, like having some time for yourself to just kind of like recharge. So that's pretty much what I have for love. It was kind of really straightforward. If you're looking for love, maybe check out one of the other piles. I have some different messages in there for you. So now we're going to look at the kind of spiritual, personal growth section. So we have Akasha, strip back and simplify, look to your origins. We have the Page of Cups. Oops. We have the 8 of Wands. And we have the 5 of Swords. Interesting. Okay, so pile 2. Some of you could you're definitely doing like an inner reflection. I feel like you could be reflecting on things from maybe childhood with this Page of Cups. This card itself is talking specifically of like going back to your roots. It's also looking at getting rid of things that just you don't need anymore, right? Let things go. So it does feel like you're kind of doing this like internal healing to kind of, I feel like to progress you forward with this 8 of Wands, but it's like things could kind of be all jumbled up. The 8 of Wands is interesting in this deck because the 8 of Wands traditionally is like really fast, straightforward moving arrows. This 5 of Swords, I feel like is kind of where things have kind of gotten a little muddled. 5 of Swords talks about our ego, or talks about ego in general. And so it's almost like your ego could be holding you back, or just like this protective aspect of yourself has kind of been maybe keeping you closed off, or again, like holding you back in some way. So I do feel like you could be doing some self-reflection. And honestly, with this Hermit 9 of Cups energy in the love section, it wouldn't be surprising me if you are working on your heart space and working on just you and what you need to go through. The 8 of Wands and the 5 of Swords is also giving me this energy of like reflecting on how you speak to yourself and the things that you say or your mind says, or what even people say to you. And this could again be a childhood thing of like the words people used to say, or the things people used to say, and maybe how they hurt you or how they've affected you, growing up. So there could be this like deep reflection on just like, if this isn't your childhood, it's just like things of your past that you are learning from, pages are kind of like they're the children of the tarot, so they're like a more immature, if you want to kind of class it that way, even though sometimes children have the most wisdom, but it's a more immature or young energy where it's like reflecting on the times where you didn't know any better, right? And so I feel like there's this sense of kind of going back to something, re-looking at it, and like trying to straighten all of these wands out, right? Because it feels like things had kind of become a little chaotic, a little challenging, and maybe a little intertwined. And it's like you're trying to make sense of it all and trying to clear out the path, because it's like you've got some things in the way here of you, potentially with that Five of Swords, like things that have been holding you back or manipulating, and this could be in your own mind, like, but manipulating the way that you see things or the way that you see your path forward. So it just feels like you're trying to like straighten things up, and it's like, well, why do I do this? Or why am I in this energy? So there's a strong sense, group 2, of like this internal reflection, while at the same time I feel like you're moving forward in your career, your projects, that sort of thing, and trying to give something to the world. You have a new idea or something you're trying to step into, like an offering of something that you're trying to, or an idea that you have that I feel like you're trying to put out into the world, while also going through a lot of like personal healing and self-reflection this month. And healing your heart for sure. Like I would say that I think there's a lot of emotional fulfillment within you, and it seems like you're relatively stable and able to give your emotions, but it's like you're trying to just continue to heal yourself. It just feels like continual growth. And even off of this green energy here, it's giving me, or this green coloring, it's like giving me like growth, right? Like trying to grow things, going back to the roots of something to kind of like, it's interesting actually, this one says root girl. So where have you been wounded as a young child, or as a growing up, or in the past when you were younger, right? That could be like a year ago, you were younger. Where have you maybe held yourself back or been held back, or, you know, again, like didn't give to self? It's like you're rewriting that a little bit. So that's interesting. Going back to your roots, your origin. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting for you guys. I'm going to see what your final card here says. So it has a message on the back. Oh, it says stepping through, which this says a bold step forward. Okay. So it says step in and step up all of those dreams or projects you have been resisting. Now is the time to start, even if it's just one small element of the bigger picture. Small element of the bigger picture. No more excuses or tomorrows. Whatever you've been putting off, the universe is now pushing you to make it happen. You may feel a little outside your comfort zone, but that is where the magic is. You may need to plot a course, invent a way through, or take a leap. Break it down, allow the puzzle to come together piece by piece through the courageous act of making a start. So very fitting, and I do feel like that's kind of where your focus is more of like this bigger picture of something you're trying to step into. And maybe that is part of this Knight of Pentacles, is like you've been kind of taking things slow, and now it's time to like really step up and take action if you've been kind of dragging your feet a little bit. So that is what I have for you, group number 2. Hopefully that resonates. Let me know down below. If not, you can check out any of the other piles, but I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful July, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile number 3, welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this card. This is going to be a reading for July 2022. So I'm actually going to leave, there's writing on the back, and I'm going to read this at the very end. So we'll see what that has to say and how it resonates. We are going to get into the general messages to start, and then we'll get into those 3 aspects of your life. Take what resonates, obviously leave the rest, as it is general. So we have the mentor. So this talks about a teacher or student. Okay, you could be seeking a mentor, or maybe you're stepping into that mentor role. But it also talks about growth. So growing, maybe trying to hit like the next level of something. And even if you are a mentor or you have a lot of knowledge, it's like always seeking and growing and not feeling like you know everything all the time, right? It kind of is more of that like always a student, but like seeking continual growth is kind of what I'm getting off of this. You also may be seeing things from a higher perspective with this bird here, or you may have a sense of wisdom because you can see things from a higher perspective this month, but making sure that you're not imposing that on other people or kind of push certain things on other people is something as well to kind of like be aware of. We have the Fool's Embrace, number 22, which says transmuting pain. We have frustration. We have rejection. And we have friendship. Interesting. I feel like if you're going through a challenging time, there's going to be a person here who can help you along your journey. It feels like there's been something challenging that you've either been dealing with coming into the month or you will be dealing with in the month of July. But it does feel like you're going to transmute this. You're going to be able to shift this energy and step out of it into this Fool-like energy where it's like moving forward. And I feel like you have a person here who can help you, or you have like, I don't know, I wanted to say like a shoulder to cry on, you know what I mean? Like you have support. And I do feel like you're actually trying to grow and move beyond this. So that would be a good thing, obviously. You're not trying to stay stuck in this energy. And I don't feel like you will stay stuck as long as you work through this energy and are willing to grow and not be so rigid and restrictive. Okay. You could be like trying to get something to work that's just not working, right? Square peg, round hole. And rejection just feels like you're frustrated because something's not working in some aspect of your life. And this is about, okay, how can we transmute this? How can we change this and transition this into a better energy? Maybe you can still hit the same goal, but you have to go about it a different way. Or maybe you're hitting a block in yourself that's preventing you from really taking a leap forward in something. Okay, so let's kind of see how this is showing up in the areas of life. We're going to look at money, career, projects, and school first. So I've pulled an oracle, and then we have 3 tarot cards here. So we have the 6th house, which literally talks about work and routine and service. It's Virgo energy. Okay. It's consistent work too, because it's earth energy. So it's like slow and steady, kind of a little bit, I always say monotonous. It's like, you know, kind of mundane. So I feel like there's something you're putting effort and work into. You could also just be busy working in general. This also too, the 6th house talks about our health as well. So maybe some of you work in the health industry, or you could be in like fitness or something like that. Or it could also be that you're changing your routine up when it comes to your work schedule or your school schedule in order to prioritize your health. Okay, so in a weird way, the 6th house does talk about like balance, because it's like, you know, making the right routine or having the right routine in order to reap the harvest of your efforts. Okay, so we have the 4 of Swords, we have Judgment, and we have the Knight of Wands. Interesting. So is there something that you are needing to take action on? It feels like with this 4 of Swords and the Knight of Wands are obviously very different energies. 4 of Swords is talking about taking a break, thinking of something, resting, recovering. But it's almost like now you're being called to take some sort of action. Judgment, Knight of Wands. So there may be some sort of passion that you're being called towards. I feel like it's saying follow that. Like where are you being called to? You could also realize a passion. Some of you could be thinking of leaving a job or leaving a routine or something that you have done for a while in order to pursue something more exciting or more creative even. Okay, so there's like this feeling of maybe leaving the 9 to 5 to go pursue something different. Okay, or even if you're not leaving the 9 to 5, you could just still be pursuing something new alongside the 9 to 5. Like 6th house to me is like 9 to 5. It's like I go to work, I do the thing, I come home. And it's funny because I always laugh because my sister is a Virgo sun and rising, and like she has no problem going to work doing the same thing every day. Me, not so much. But yeah, so there's kind of this feeling of kind of getting off your butt and doing something. Some of you could also be recovering or healing from something, or maybe you've been taking a break and it's like now you're going to start taking action. You're going to start moving forward and doing things again. It does feel like you're kind of having a bit of a wake-up call or an awakening when it comes to taking action on something. And for those of you who are like, well, I've already been taking action, this could be a judgment call to take a break. So this could be the opposite as well. So take it how it resonates for you and your story. If you know you're someone who works a lot and all the time, this might be a time where you feel like you need to actually take a break to recharge so that you always have this passionate, fiery, exciting energy and this energy to put into your work. I feel like from a material standpoint, I feel like with the 6th house, it's like you'll probably be fine. It doesn't really feel like there's, it's not really like a financial message. However, if you're like going to work every day, I feel like you'll be taking home a paycheck, right? I feel like this is more about saying taking action on your passions is more of like what this is gearing you towards. And again, resting when you need to rest. If you're working too hard, or again, but I feel like for some of you, it's like a transition energy more so, where it's like you could be transitioning from one thing into another. Okay. So let's see what your love oracle and tarot are saying for July. If any of these don't resonate, these piles, you can go into the other categories and see if any of those resonate with you. So again, we have Oracle and Tarot. So we have a contract, which is justice energy for me, which talks about like partnership in my eyes. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the Lovers. And we have the Knight of Swords. All right. So I definitely feel like there's a connection here. There's definitely a person here. Definitely a soulmate connection. Like you have a contract, a soul contract to fulfill, it feels like, with this person. I feel like things could move forward quite quickly. You could also be very active or maybe traveling with this person. I also feel like you're going to be acting a lot this month off of your emotions and how things feel versus how things look. She's blindfolded on this contract. And interesting, we have 6, 6, 6 here. I know that's those those 3 together are not ideal. And then we actually have the 6th house. And this would break down to, I believe, a 6 as well. So the number 6 seems to be significant. And we also have 2 knights. So there's fast action in different directions here, like in different aspects of your life. Now there could be, Knight of Swords can be a little bit argumentative. So I do feel though, if that's the case, you will be balancing things out with this person with the justice energy. I just feel like maybe you're frustrated with an aspect of your life. Some of you could be seeking, I'm kind of going back to these oracles again. Some of you could be seeking if it's not like a friend or a mentor, it could even be like a therapist or something. Somebody that's guiding you or looking up to you, or like that you're looking up to. So that could be for some of you, or you're helping someone else do this. Maybe that's what you do for your job. I don't know. But yeah, with regards to love, I do feel like there's quick movement. Again, some of you could be traveling with this person this month. And I feel like you could be moving and progressing forward with this person quite quickly. This could be a person who you've connected with, that maybe you're entering a partnership quite quickly, or a relationship, kind of solidifying the relationship. With the Lovers and the Six of Cups, I would say there's a very strong connection to this person. There may potentially, maybe for some of you, could be arguments. I mean, that's going to kind of depend. But overall, I feel like this is a good connection that's starting to grow. And some of you, this could be like helping you move through. It's interesting. This is an interesting depiction of the Lovers. Some of you, this connection is helping you move forward in, again, if you're transmuting some sort of pain or frustration when it comes to like your relationships, this person could be helping you, whether they know it or not. They're helping you move past energy that you've maybe been in the past, or healing things from your past. The Six of Cups isn't, I don't really feel like this is like a past person. Like, I don't feel like this is like your ex coming back. It just doesn't feel like that at all. It just feels like there's a soulmate connection here. It's someone who you enjoy to be with. Could be someone who you've known for a long time, but I just feel like there's a soul contract with this person. It's like by being together, you're both connected to source. So it feels like there's this, and for those of you who are single, I feel like with the Knight of Swords, there could be somebody coming into your life. Definitely could be an air sign, Libra specifically. Libra or Gemini are the two there. But yeah, number 6 could be significant for some of you because it is popping up all over the place. So if you see 6s, okay, or maybe your favorite number is 6 or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, I just feel like there's positive movement forward, I feel like, for the most part in your love life. I feel like you're really connected with someone, or you're going to be connecting with someone very significant. It doesn't really feel like, I mean, for some of you, there definitely could be a person coming. I feel like it's somebody who you already know. If it's someone coming into your life, it's like you have a friendship with this person, or you knew them from like childhood or something like that. So they're not like brand new, is not what I'm getting. I think pile 1 was like brand new. So if you're looking for that, that could be something you want to look at. But yeah, I feel like regardless, you're moving forward with this person quickly, but also like, I think it feels good. Again, you're going off of your feelings. Knight of Swords can be like an impulsive type of energy. So it feels like you're kind of going off of like how things feel. Things feel good. Okay, let's move forward, rather than like thinking about things all the time. We're going to get into kind of spiritual messages or like personal growth. Again, we have an oracle and 3 tarot. So we have diamond light body, high frequency activations, planetary grid work. I just heard shine bright like a diamond. So a lot of you are raising your vibration. Again, I feel like some of you maybe like you're moving through this frustration. It's interesting because it's not really showing up in the cards other than maybe this Knight of Swords. But I feel like you're healing. I feel like you're at peace, or you will be at peace by the end of the month, definitely. Ooh, we got Tower here. 10 of Wands, interesting. And we have duality. Yeah, you're balancing yourself out. I feel like there's this you're balancing. So okay, so I get Reiki treatments, and light body activations is what my Reiki girl calls them. And so it's like activating the body and balancing out the body, right? Activating so you're in your highest vibration. And I feel like there's something that you're purging or letting go of, some sort of burden and weight. Tower, 10 of Wands, definitely could be this frustration, rejection, transmuting this pain. So this is like on a personal level, you're working through something. I feel like you're letting it all go. You're like chucking it out the window. You're like, see you later. Time to go. I'm going to rebalance and harmonize myself. Duality is like masculine and feminine energy. It's the polarity, the light and the dark, the good and the bad. Okay. Hot and the cold, sun and the moon, right? And so I feel like there's this rebalancing that's happening on an energetic level. Some of you could also have felt very depleted, very tired, like your energy's been like zapped. I feel like that's going to reharmonize. Like you'll maybe start to feel a lot better in July. You're not going to feel so like bogged down and tired and fatigued. You could also be letting go of something, again, like something, a responsibility or work related that has been like holding you back or weighing you down. I feel like you could be maybe letting go of that or healing and recovering from that. Or just, again, a responsibility. It doesn't even have to be, I feel like it would be part of your routine from a responsibility standpoint, obviously, but it feels like it's something that has been like, this guy's just like, oh my gosh, get me out of here. So there's something where it's just like, I can't keep holding on to all this shit. Like I don't even have enough arms, you know, like where things are sliding out, things are moving down my back, out the side. Like he's like, I can't even. And so you could be hitting a bit of a tower moment, but I feel like if you have a tower moment, it's because it's that's the universe trying to help you bring something back into alignment in your life, back into balance and harmony here. And I feel like when you can reach this sense of balance and harmony, I feel like there's something intentional though about how you're going about this. It's like something you're doing physically, like you're doing something to help yourself get into balance. And when you do that, you're going to hit this place of peace. Again, like I said, for you guys, like if you are working a lot or you're doing a lot, make sure that you're taking rest because you could hit a burnout. Okay. And some of you, when it comes to whatever this is that you're going through, I feel like this is where you're going to seek out help or support from another person in order to help you transmute this energy and move through this energy to bring in this sense of balance for yourself. So I feel like by the end of July, for sure, possibly even partway through July, because some of you, I feel like it's not going to last the whole month, you're going to start to feel a lot lighter, a lot more in balance, a lot more energy as well. And you're not going to feel so weighed down. You're going to feel like you can actually kind of like break free from this energy and just kind of like shine your light a little bit better. So I like that. That's good. That is a good sign. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else here that is coming out here. For some of you, with whatever you're letting go of, or whether it's like an energetic thing or if it's like a physical thing, I do feel like that could be helping you regain alignment in your relationships too for some reason. Like it could be like you restoring balance and harmony in your life allows this connection to move forward faster or something like that. Okay. So let's get your final message here from your card that you chose. So we have She of the Lotus. If there is a way to fast track growth, it is being real with the shadowy or unloved parts of ourselves. Shadows can be painful or tender to the touch. Sensitivity can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Accepting our shadows is the first stage of restoring ourselves to wholeness in self-love. Peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear and bring them into the daylight. Under a loving and compassionate light, they will resolve and reassimilate, reminding us that on the flip side of the coin, these are our superpowers. Jeez. Yeah, I feel like this is like having to do with like whatever you're working through on a personal, emotional, energetic level. I feel like you're going to be growing and kind of expanding and kind of like breaking out of your shell. We have the Fool's Embrace, right? So it's like you're looking at breaking free, coming out of the lotus comes out of the mud, right? And so I feel like there's this growth. I do feel like it comes if you need help or support or like you're looking, like definitely seek that out. If you need that support in some way, whether that's a family member, a friend, a romantic partner, or even just like a literal professional, I would say definitely seek that out if that's something that you need. For some of you, it could be like a business coach, you know what I mean? So whatever that looks like for you, definitely, do what needs to be done. And I feel like there is this energy of you guys looking at this. Again, you could have a bit of a tower moment that forces you to look at something, but I feel like in the long run, it's actually bringing harmony and balance and growth back into your life. Okay, it's just like kind of forcing you to look at something. But that is what I have for you, group number 3. Hopefully that resonates. Let me know down below. If not, you can check out any of the other piles or the July reads that I did for each individual zodiac sign. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful month of July, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.